I have planned to visit El Fondo Natural Park every month, basically to see what changes as the year goes through, what kind of wildlife comes and goes, maybe if their behaviour changes, all sorts of other things. Last time I was here was the middle of July, and then I was treated to an abundance of glossy ibis in the lagoon flying around, and that gave me a great opportunity to try out the new teleconverter I just bought. We're now 3/4 of the way through August, and I'm back basically to see what's different. I'm hoping I might be able to find some different subjects to photograph, or failing that, maybe I'll photograph some subjects that I've already photographed, but try to create images that look a little bit different in some way. Either way, I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. One of the things I guess I need to do if I'm looking for different things to photograph is try looking in different places. Typically I tend to just go sort of straight up there, which leads up to the walkway that goes over the kind of the main lagoon here, and that's the obvious place to see lots of stuff. But there are other locations here, like there's another little lagoon just over here right by the visitor centre. You can view it through these kind of windows here in this picnic recreation area. So I don't know if there's going to be anything through there to make it worth photographing, but it's got to be worth having a quick look. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I couldn't really see anything through there. There was a few small birds flew in and out but disappeared very quickly, and some glossy ibis flew over, but I don't think I'm going to find anything particularly stunning there, so time to head this way. I sometimes forget to check this area. There's this kind of garden area with these little pools in. And just looking in this one, there's a beautiful dragonfly sitting on a reed down there. I have got the 100 to 400 lens on, I have got the teleconverter on, so I should be able to get a nice close-up of it. Try and get a different angle on it. Just flew away, but I think I managed to get it. Sometimes it's not about the big wildlife, it's about the small stuff. See what else we can find before we head around to the main lagoon. Definitely not as much life here today as there was the last time I was here. Just seen some egrets fly over. I've seen a few glossy ibis flying over, but they're not in the water anymore like they were last time. So yeah, it's a lot quieter in terms of the wildlife. Might just mean they're in other parts of the natural park. There's a few coots around, and I photographed those quite a lot in the past, but that doesn't mean to say they're not worth doing another shot or two of, particularly if I can get something different, maybe extreme close-up or something. Hoping I might have got quite a nice close-up of a red-knobbed coot kind of feeding. I can actually get quite a lot closer here if they don't move, so I'm going to try that again. A bit dark maybe. Brighten you up a bit. The really tricky bit with these is they've got this white patch on their heads, and because the sun is bright there's a danger of that blowing out, so I'm having to underexpose quite a lot. But you know what, there's always the possibility of doing something kind of low key, really focusing on that bright white, the bright red of the knobs on the head that give them their name, and allowing the rest to be quite dark. That might work. Taken a couple of shots on the way here, but I think I'm going to leave this kind of lagoon area, head that way, and out there's a couple of permanent hides that offer views into different parts of the natural park. They're not too far away, and the only thing I will say is when I visited them once in the summer they were full of wasps' nests. So if I get to them and I can't get into them, it'll be a bit of a shame. And they may not offer any opportunities at all. So, duck. But it's worth going and having a little look. Yeah, there's wasps in there. I don't think it's safe to stay in there, so I might try some of the other little observation windows. But as soon as I went in there I could hear them buzzing around and I could see about 7 or 8 straight away. I have no intention of getting stung in one of those things. But there are these outer bits that we can look through as well, so let's have a little look. See if there's anything worth looking at through here. To be honest, mostly all I can see are more flamingos. And it's not a very easy position to shoot in either, even if there was something else. I'll try over that side, because there's a much higher kind of window over here. Doesn't help if there's nothing to photograph, but if there is, at least it'll make it a bit easier. Wasp there as well. I'm not really seeing anything through here, to be honest. I'm going to try, there's another one over that way. I'll give that a go. Okay, this one might have some better opportunities. Look at all those glossy ibis over there. And we've got flamingos this way and some glossy ibis on the ground as well, on the water. There are a couple of wasps around, but they don't seem to be bothering too much with coming over this way, so let's see if we can get some shots. Plus it's in the shade, so I can take my hat off a little while. Got a lone glossy ibis down here, looks like it might be picking or feeding on something. It's on the mud and it's kind of picking and feeding at this stuff. Out there at the moment is what I think is a pied avocet. I'll just have to check it to be on the safe side. But it's kind of in the shallows and it's just sweeping its curved beak through the water. It's fascinating to watch. I never see it actually bringing anything up with it, but I'm sure it must be getting some success, otherwise it wouldn't keep doing it. Got a black-winged stilt out there in the shadows. It's a fair way off, but with this focal length, hopefully I can still get a halfway decent shot of it. It's in the shallows, kind of on the mix of the mud and the water. Another black-winged stilt out there, actually in the water, so we got reflections on it. That looks nice. Wow, I am certainly glad I decided to walk around to that other observation hide, whatever you want to call it, because that's where all the life was. As I was saying, when I walked around this bit, there didn't seem to be that much around. Egret circling around over there. There didn't seem to be that much around, at least not compared to some other times that I've been here. And the reason for that is clearly it's all over there. I think I spent about an hour and a half in that hide, which was nice, just chilling. I spent a lot of time actually just watching and then taking the occasional photo, which probably means I've taken far too many. It's going to take me ages to sort through them when I get home. I've come back around here now. I'm going to take a slow walk back, see if anything grabs me as I'm walking around. But it'll soon be time to think about heading for home, because it's still very hot. We've just come out of a heat wave here. We've had about a 2-week heat wave. You may have read about some of the wildfires fortunately not in this part of Spain, but in the north and west of Spain. Dreadful, dreadful wildfires, but we've been spared them. I'm almost back to the car now, and it's been a very enjoyable afternoon's photography. I came out hoping to find some different things to photograph, different subjects, and I think I found some. So not only an enjoyable afternoon, but also hopefully a successful one as well. I hope you've enjoyed coming along. This is my monthly trip here, so I'll be coming back again in a few weeks' time, and once it cools down a bit, I am going to actually come here with my bike and ride to some of the more distant parts of the nature reserve that are just too far away really to walk practically, but it's still too warm to be doing the bike rides at the minute, I think. So that'll be one to look out for. I hope you've enjoyed this one though. If you have, please give it a like and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this video and you're new here, then don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. It doesn't cost anything, it's completely free, and it really does help to support this channel. And until next week, whatever that turns out to be, thank you very much for watching. Bye.